our lecturer Dr. Nick. Today, Group 5 will present the SSY2053 Contemporary Indigenous Belief System. The topic of the assignment is Aluk Dolo, the indigenous religion of the Toraja people of Sulawesi in Indonesia.
First of all, I will introduce the group members in Group 5. They are ATILLA Jessica Yam Ana SANGAU, me, Lim Zhen. The below teacher is ANSOS and WONG.
Let's start our introduction. First of all, according to Johnston 1997, religion is a social phenomenon that interacts with other social units in society from a sociological perspective. Baker 2005 indicates the word Toraja originated from the lowlands, deriving from the Bugis word Tor, meaning that person or people, and the Raja, meaning that from above. So that Toraja as an ethnic group or category rarely existing before this century, only in the minds of others. This is from Volkman 1985. Aluk Dolo is the original religion of the Southern Toraja. This is from Watterson 2009. According to North Palm 2014, it translates that Aluk Dolo as way of the ancestor or ritual of the essence. I will pass the presentation to the next presenter. That's all for me.
Next, my part is descriptions of the Aluk Dolo. According to Elias 2018, it nests in the highlands of South Sulawesi, Indonesia. The Toraja peoples maintain a rich and complex traditional religions known as Aluk Dolo, which translates to way of the ancestors. The indigenous belief system intertwines and animisms, ancestor worships, and local mythologies, reflecting the Toraja's deep reverence of their natural environment and ancestral heritage. The Toraja people believe that their ancestors are the guardians of the well-being of the living. They hold ceremonies to commemorate and ensure that their ancestors enter the afterlife safely. The Toraja people hold a very grand funeral called Rambut Soro. The buffalo plays a very important role in this ceremony because it is the most important animal in their cultures, and they will sacrifice the buffaloes in this ceremony. The Dao alongside the intricate funeral rituals reflects the Toraja's deep-seated belief in life after death and the enduring presence of ancestors among the living. In addition to funeral practice, Aluk Dolo encompasses various life cycle ceremonies, collectively known as Rambutuka, according to Watterson 2009. He proposes an alternative translation to Rambut in this context as sun, thus translating the two expressions into rising sun and setting sun, the sun being a symbol for the course of human life, first growing then declining. These ceremonies celebrate key events such as birth, marriage, and house blessings. Traditional Torajan society is stratified into nobles, commoners, and servants, with rituals often reflecting and reinforcing these social distinctions. The traditional ancestors house in the Tongkonams, a center's social organizations, hosting ceremonies and community events. It is also the center of community and religious activities. According to North Plum's 1979, Tongkonams come from the word Tongkong, which means to sit.
Next, I will present the 3.0 discussion of indigenous religion using a theme approach or theory. First is the belief and ritual. The belief just the opinion of statement about their religion, and the ritual must be performed after the belief is defined. For the Aluk Dolo in Toraja, they believe in the principle of life balance. The ritual of this belief is related to the death, birth, marriage, harvest ceremony, surplus power, and new home. They also have ritual to pay tribute to their ancestor spirit and supreme god Puang Matua and Tomembali Puang. The second is symbol. Symbols are objects, image, sound, action, gesture, or word with the special meaning that can express the emotion or concept. The symbol of the social status in Toraja can divide to nobles, commoners, and stablers that have a sign based on their bloodline. The ceremony of divide buffalo and pig meat can give or cause honor or shame. The family bamboo clump is represent the trustworthy and comfortable tribal. In ritual for the poor funeral ceremony, provide egg, not the empty chicken basket, and pig pen to make loud sound is the symbol to express respect to their ancestor. Third is the animism. The animism is the belief that all living things such as animals, plants, even the stone have the soul and spirit. They not only can breathe, excretion, reproduction, and can communicate with the human. In the Aluk Dolo, they are believed all the living things have the spirit and they are worshipped their deceased ancestor spirit. But the Vokman state that the Aluk Dolo only worship to the Puang Matua, their Ta and Nene, and their temple are built among the rock and plants that make outsiders think they are worshipping nature. Next is the death. Death can affect the social change, social attitude, and service toward death and the social control. People have a religion is to relieve the anxiety of the death, although they know that they do not have religion after death. In Aluk Dolo, they believe that the death is not the end. They will hold a grand funeral ceremony for the deceased and sacrifice the animal so that the soul of the deceased can have a medium to go to Puya. Lastly is the ancestor. The ancestor to be worshipper must have the extraordinary ability and respect by the tribal. In Darfur War 1997, they have two words mentioned to the ancestor, that is Ori and Abi, which mean the soul of ancestor who are remembered and respected in the family. In Aluk Dolo, they believe the spirit of the ancestor can affect their living family activity. Besides that, they also will provide the offering to the ancestor spirit so that the spirit can become the Tomembali Puang and bless their worshipper. That's all from me. Thank you, and I will pass to the next presenter.
We learn how important it is to observe indigenous religion in its original context and not apply our own prejudice thinking when seeing a religion that differs from our own from the case study of Aluk Dolo community in Tanah Toraja, South Sulawesi, Indonesia. It also teaches us not to take definitions of indigenous religions for granted because they are frequently flawed. As what need to be discussed on the case study that had been chosen, which is Aluk Dolo, first lesson that can be learned from the anthropological or sociological perspective is identity and tradition maintenance. The Aluk Dolo community uses religious rituals as an arena to maintain and showcase the identity and ancestral religious traditions. Despite the influence of new beliefs, such as Christianity, some teachings from their ancestrals are still held there. Second lesson that can be learned from the anthropological or sociological perspective in the case study is negotiation and resistance. Ancestral rituals serve as a significant form of negotiation to preserve the confidence of Aluk Dolo. Even though the community faces periodic marginalization due to their beliefs, they continue to resist forms of minimization and contextualization imposed by the official religion. Third lesson that can be learned in the Aluk Dolo community from the anthropological or sociological perspective is cultural continuity. Aluk Dolo cannot be separated from tradition and culture. The persistence of these rituals like Rambu Solos and Rambu Tukas reflects the community's commitment to their faith and ancestral practices. As for reflections, it's essential to recognize the resilience of the Aluk Dolo community in maintaining their cultural heritage despite external pressures. From anthropological or sociological perspective, the case study highlights the intricate interplay between religion, identity, and cultural continuity.
In conclusion, the Toraja culture emphasized the significance of honoring rituals such as grand funerals and sacrifice. Torajan believe in spirit residing all the living things and maintain the harmony by communicating with the ancestor. The case study on Aluk Dolo emphasized the resilience of the community in preserving their cultural heritage. Despite facing the marginalization and the influence of new beliefs like Christianity, they persist in upholding their ancestral practice. They use religious rituals to maintain their identity and ancestral tradition. Overall, it highlights the profound impact of Aluk Dolo on Torajan's social culture, cultural expressions, and the enduring legacy of their indigenous religion. That's all from me. Thank you.
This is the references that used in our assignment. That's all for our assignment. Thank you for your watching.